Bruno at Liam Bruno and Shoemaker Farms. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm sitting on the ground next to the tractor. And what one of the things I want to talk to you about in this video is, I want to introduce you to some of the other members of the farm. You've met myself and Amy, and we also have, God has blessed us with a couple farm dogs. We didn't buy them. We didn't go get them. They showed up and they just never left. This is Hobo. He came here as a puppy, and we didn't do anything for him for about a week because we figured he's so pretty. He's such a nice dog. He's got to belong to somebody, but he never left. We checked up and down our road. Nobody claimed him. So I guess he's ours. God brought him to us. He's been here almost a year now. And so we have him. We're trying to train him there. He could be stubborn at times, but he's a great little dog. And then we also have somebody we refer to very fondly as Old Man. Old Man showed up the same way as Hobo, but he wasn't a puppy. So he's hiding over there underneath those cedars. I don't know if you can make him out, but he's right there, right. Old Man. See if we can pick his head up. Anyway, he's resting over there, and Hobo's resting over here in the shade, hiding underneath the tractor. And I'm kind of sitting in the shade myself. Now, what I want to talk to you about is hydration. All this gardening stuff, most of these things that we plant want to have full sun. If not full sun, darn close to it. But the thing is that although the plants do great in full sun, us not so much. We get sunburnt, we sweat a lot, we get dehydration, and this is all really, really serious. We drink a minimum of a gallon of water every day while we're working. Doesn't include the water that we drink before we come to work. It doesn't include the water that we drink after work. We drink at least a gallon of water while we're working. Now, to give you, a lot of people kind of write this off. They kind of disregard it. But I'll tell you, it's very serious. My wife, Amy, has diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and so as such, she's much more susceptible to dehydration and other issues. And a couple weeks ago, she was not really drinking enough water, and she got a little dehydrated, and she got what's called DKA. That's diabetic ketoacidosis. Now, basically what that means is that her blood started to become acidic. And if you don't treat that, you'll die from it. So she ended up in the hospital in ICU for 4 days. It was scary. And so I want to urge everybody to make sure you hydrate well. Make sure you replenish those electrolytes. Now, a lot of you I know like those sports drinks. I'm not real fond of them myself. I don't like when man has kind of manipulated something and put all kinds of additives in it. What I do like is coconut water. Coconut water will do basically the same thing without all those other additives and ingredients. It's natural, and it does a great job of that, and it'll help kind of perk you up, kind of middle of the day, late in the day. We'll have a coconut water to help hydrate ourselves. And then we will take breaks too, where that we hand water, and so we put our arms in a cold bucket of water. When I say cold, I just mean cool. The water that we brought to water with, it's obviously cooler than the air, and so it's very refreshing. You kind of soak your hands and your wrists up to like about your elbows in it. Rinse off our faces. We use a good sunscreen. We make sure that we try not to get burnt, and get too much exposure. Some is good in the middle of the day, especially, a little while, whatever your skin and it will tolerate what you're up to, replenishes your vitamin D. And then whenever we can, we take a break and we do what the dogs do. When we take a break, we get something cool to drink, we go in the shade for a little bit. Keep ourselves healthy. Even the chickens that we put out earlier today, they're in their fenced-in area where they they're grazing, and they're hiding in the shade because they don't want to overheat. Right? So, and anyway, so this video's got a conglomerate of little things. So enough about hydration. Well, at least for us, now hydration for the plants. Another one of the great things that these windrows of wood chips do, we kind of push them up in piles, these long piles like this. It's hard to see in the video. I don't know if you can tell, but we push them up in windrows. See, this one here is just like a long pile, and then on the left here, this one is already raked out, so it's this nice 3-foot wide, 6 to 8 inch deep pile of wood chips. Now, earlier you heard me say 4 to 6. This one's 6 to 8. The one next to it's going to be 6 to 8 also, and maybe another one. And the reason is because we're going to be planting some root vegetables in these, be some carrots and beets and stuff like that. And they want something soft and friable for them to grow down into, and this will give that to them. On the top of this, we'll dress it with some composted cow manure so they have some rich material. Carrots don't require a lot of fertilization, so they won't really need a lot, but they need some. And the wood chips will, when they're watered, that will give us plenty of room for the air to get in there. Air is an important thing, but it'll also absorb that moisture. And so the roots of the plants won't be in the water, but they'll have access to the water. And that is a tremendous gift. And it provides a nice damp or moist area for earthworms and other things to start to break up that clay that's underneath. Now, when they burrow down in there and their waste comes up and they soften that, the roots of the vegetables will grow down in there, and there's tremendous minerals down under the ground. When you buy store-bought fertilizer, you see nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus are the 3 major things that are in those fertilizers for your vegetables. Now, there's a lot of other micronutrients that they need also. Now, we've discovered here on the farm that potassium and phosphorus are a little bit weak on the top. But when we dig down, if you look over there, we dig down into the dirt, we dig up about 6 to 10 feet down, there's a lot of potassium and phosphorus in it. And so what we're doing is allowing the plants to get down to a level where that they can have access to those minerals. So by doing what we're doing here with the wood chips, that will help to break that up so they have access to it. Now, we'll talk a little further about that in another video, but like I said before, if you would do us the favor of liking and subscribing and share this with as many people as you can, it really helps us out here at the farm, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day, and God bless.